Many of you are watching this video because of your desires. You are watching these videos to stay on track. But have you noticed how your journey started? How did you land on these teachings? What was there that led you to these videos? Many of you learned about manifestation when a partner abandoned you. When you were at a low point in your life and wanted to change, you learned about manifestation. You were introduced to this law because you were seeking a way to transform your life. Do you agree with me on this? If yes, write yes in the comment sections. The vast majority of people in the manifesting community were dumped by the person they cared the most about. But how did this happen? Where did it start? Did it happen out of the blue, and suddenly their assumptions about their partner changed, or was it because of something else? Something very deep and personal made it happen. When that personal thing changed, their whole life changed. Can you guess what that personal thing was that changed? Well, it was the self-concept, the self-identity. I noticed a very common pattern in all those heartbroken souls, including my old self. Upon reflecting on my past circumstances and going to the root of the matter, I figured out that my assumptions about the other person changed after I changed my own assumptions about myself. It didn't happen overnight that I began to have negative thoughts about my former partners. It was because I lost myself first, abandoned myself first, and changed myself first. The happy, cheerful aspect of me made friends with the fearful, insecure aspect of me and then adopted those characteristics. Living with those aspects of me pushed me into believing negative things about my old partner. It pushed me to believe that I was not worthy of their love. I didn't deserve it. They would leave me. They would find someone else. They would lie to me, and whatnot. All of this was mirrored back to me through my physical reality. This all made me realize that our inner world, or our imagining world, is the cause of our physical or outer reality. The physical world is just the effect of what we feel and assume to be true internally. This inner world, in other words, is our concept of ourselves. The concept of self is the identity, the beliefs, and the assumptions that we hold about ourselves. This is why you need to work on your self-concept, and you have to devote the majority of your time to building your self-concept. If you want to succeed in the physical world, you have to build up your concept of yourself, and you do this by assuming yourself to be beyond your present limitations. Working on your self-concept is not limited to manifesting your partner. You have to work on it in order to manifest money, fame, material objects, and everything else. When the majority of you realize that when things went wrong, it was because you began forming negative assumptions and an identity that was reflected by the partner you had at the time. Before that person abandoned you, you abandoned yourself. That is why it is crucial to change your self-concepts first. As you change them, the world you live in will change automatically. You are the most important person to yourself. Only you stay with yourself the whole day. Everyone else pays a short visit to you. Your concept of self determines how your partner will treat you. Money will treat you, a career will treat you, and other people will treat you. When you get it, it is the most powerful thing you will experience. You were unaware before, but now you are aware. Now you know about the law of assumption. Now you know about manifestation. You can now make things work in your favor. What you believe and assume about yourself will be confirmed by the people in your reality. They have no choice but to reflect back to you the assumptions you hold about yourself. When you believe that you are loved, desirable, a priority, irreplaceable, and irresistible, you automatically change your assumptions about another, which changes how that person appears in your reality. So my approach is to always change your assumptions about yourself first and focus on assuming the higher self-concept almost all the time. Your assumptions about your partner will definitely change. Neville also stated, change your conception of yourself, and you will automatically change the world in which you live. Do not try to change people. They are only messengers telling you who you are. Revalue yourself, and they will confirm the change. Stop attempting to change the world because it is only a reflection. Man's attempt to change the world by force is as fruitless as breaking a mirror in the hope of changing his face. Leave the mirror and change your face. Leave the world alone and change your conception of yourself. The reflection then will be satisfactory. In your journey, you will meet some people who will tell you to only affirm for a specific person if you want to manifest them. They did it and succeeded. The majority of people who take this approach only affirm the other person, which creates a movement that then stops. It is because the insecurity and neediness start reflecting back. Unless you change your concept of yourself, things will move slowly. The one who says that working on self-concept is not necessary is probably working on it unknowingly. They are probably doing great in other areas of their lives that make them feel like a victorious person. Only their perceptions of relationships and their partner require revision. Everyone assumes their limitations, and you have to figure out what yours are and assume a higher concept of yourself. You can assume this by telling yourself a new story about you, about how you are loved by everyone and are the most fantastic person, how you are an important person and how things always work out in your favor. Change that inner conversation to the confirmation of you having what you already wanted. How will you feel when you get what you've always wanted? Stay with that feeling, and things will manifest for you. So, I hope you learned something new today. Subscribe if you enjoyed today's video. I will meet you with another golden nugget. Happy manifesting!